All right, y'all, so big day here. We have the brand new Amazfit T-Rex 3 Pro on hand. Still got the T-Rex right here, the T-Rex 3, rocking it. But the Pro just came in, got this thing all set up. Now let me tell you all about it. It's awesome. Now, if you're not familiar with Amazfit, basically, if you are into fitness, you're into tracking, and you're into long battery life, Amazfit is literally the name in the game, in the space, for all of those things. Tracking, metrics, whether you're working out, running, hunting, being outdoors, they're making some of the best watches on the market right now, and the T-Rex 3 Pro is literally their current pinnacle of technology, in my opinion. Absolutely love it, but let me share some details with you and show you how it lines up with the T-Rex 3, just so you guys can know whether you need to upgrade from this to the next, or if you're in the, you're just trying to figure out which watch do I get of these two, which one do I go with. I'll kind of give you some help on that as well. Now, right off the bat, the Pro version stands out, absolutely. The screen is stupid bright. Like, I could read maps at noon without squinting. It's got a 3000 nit AMOLED screen protected by sapphire glass, wrapped in a titanium alloy bezel. It looks tough, feels premium, and somehow doesn't weigh down your wrist, even with, just a metallic build. This thing is super comfortable, lightweight, just really nice across the board. Plus, it comes in both a 48mm and a 44mm, which I appreciate, for people who are looking for, a specific size. Maybe they don't want something too bulky. Maybe they want something a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier. You do have some options there, which I always think, more options, in my opinion, in most cases, is better than fewer. And I like, especially when you're building watches that have some kind of bulk and some size to them, giving some people some options is just a really nice option. That was a dumb line, but you know what? Let's leave it in there. That's what I said. Now, where this thing really kind of takes off is its GPS and navigation support, because they've taken it to the next level here. Now, we're talking dual band GPS and support for 6 satellite systems. And yes, I've tested this under heavy canopy cover in the woods, on hikes, while I'm hunting, and it still works. So just so you know, if you're out there and you're concerned, hey, if I don't get, if it doesn't get, does the GPS signal work very well? It works great. Now, when you combine that with offline maps, auto rerouting, and even detailed ski maps for those of you who are into that winter fun out there, you basically have a mini handheld nav unit on your wrist at all times. It even lets you build round trip routes, which is super sick for weekend hikes or for hunting. If you're gonna run a circuit, this is it's so nice to have. Now, another underrated feature that they have added here is the built-in flashlight with an actual LED dedicated flashlight. Now, you may be thinking, well, Amazfit has a flashlight. Well, yeah, it does, kind of technically, right? What it does is when you go into the flashlight mode, essentially it just turns the screen completely white, and it works great, right? Turns it white, turns the brightness all the way up, and I've used this hundreds of times. I use this going into the bedroom at night, early in the morning, trying to get something that I forgot, not waking up the kids or my wife, and this thing works great. But having a dedicated LED flashlight built right into it is just really nice. This is a nice directional light beam that you can just, it does exactly what you'd want it to. So super underrated feature now added on the T-Rex 3 Pro. Now, before I leave the flashlight feature behind, I do want to show you really quick. It's pretty awesome because basically you have it right here. You can see it right there built in. Then you use the buttons. You can increase the brightness, which is super convenient. It has a red mode as well, so for those of you who are out doing the covert stuff, hunting animals in particular, for me specifically, don't want to dilate the eyes in the dark, it has a red mode as well, which I think is super convenient. Really nice feature. This is just such a nice option that they have included in here. I think it's very nice having the dedicated thing, not having to use that whole screen brightness, just another great feature. Now, on paper, this has 25 days of battery life, and that's one of the main reasons why I love Amazfit smartwatches or hybrid smartwatches, is because I can get all my notifications, which I'm getting a ton of right now. If you can hear my wrist vibrating like crazy, there's a huge conversation going on. So I'm getting all my notifications. I can see all the details. I can see sunrise, sunset. I can look at the weather. I can connect to my phone. I can change my music. I can do all of these features that are typically reserved for a full-blown smartwatch. The beauty is that I get the battery life that goes along with it. Having to charge my watch every day or every other day is not the life that I choose to live. 25 days of battery life is a completely different animal. Now, I will say that is just slightly down from the T-Rex 3, right? So the T-Rex 3 on paper, right out of the box, you're looking at 27 days. So with the Pro, you are coming down a little bit. You're getting a little bit, you're getting some more, processing power. You're getting a little bit more powerful of a device, but you are going to step down about roughly 2 days in battery life. But when you stack that up against the battery life of having to charge your smartwatch every single night, there's not much to cry about here. It's a win and still in my book. Now, on top of all that, when you look at all the things, like I said, that it comes with, the Pro gives you the flashlight, dedicated flashlight. You get a speaker and mic for Bluetooth calls. You get Zep Flow, which has the built-in voice replies. You get much more robust tracking. I think ultimately it's a really fair trade-off. I wore it daily, did 2 GPS tracked hikes with this thing on, and man, I can tell you it is fantastic. I mean, taking calls, being able to do that right from your wrist is just an absolute game changer as well. You can actually hear well, which is nice, and they can hear you well, which is also a huge benefit. So there's so much more that you get here, sacrificing 2 days of battery life. Inconsequential. Now, if you wanted to hear how the speakerphone and the microphone work, here is a quick little phone call that I did with my wife. We're super annoying, but this will give you an idea of what you should expect. Do I sound clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Calling you from a watch.
Huh?
I'm calling you from a watch.
Oh, that's probably why it disconnected.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't know how to use it properly, so I was just checking to see how it sounds now. But it sounds pretty good, huh?
Sounds just great.
All right, thanks. Now I want to do a real quick comparison between the T-Rex 3 and T-Rex 3 Pro and tell you which way that I'm kind of leaning on this, because I know there's going to be a lot of people who are out there looking for their first, they're looking to just getting one of these watches and they're trying to figure out which way to go. Maybe there's people like myself who are rocking the T-Rex 3 that are considering the T-Rex 3 Pro. So let me kind of break it down for you a little bit. Now, compared to the T-Rex 3, the Pro brings just more, right? So you got more polish, more power, more real world utility. The base version is definitely no slouch. I will say it still has awesome battery life, super bright 2000 nit screen, full GPS coverage, but the Pro's titanium build, sapphire screen, built-in flashlight, smarter navigation tools, honestly take it into a different class of hybrid smartwatch, right? So I think what they've done here is they've got the people who, there's the T-Rex 3, I love it. I have been using it for months. I used every single T-Rex before it and plenty of other Amazfit. All of their watches are fantastic. There is no knock on the T-Rex 3, especially price-wise, maybe in your budget, which is going to be better. If you've got it and you're looking for it, the T-Rex 3 Pro definitely does take it up a notch. So in my opinion, it's the kind of upgrade that feels worth it, right? Price tag aside, it's not cheap. It's not a low-cost watch, right? But I think what it does increase on, if you're looking for that GPS, you're looking for that dedicated flashlight, which I think is really cool, a little bit more of a robust build, stronger screen, this is definitely, you're going to feel it. It's definitely going to be worth the upgrade in my opinion. So with that all aside, at the end of the day, guys, the T-Rex 3 Pro is an absolute unit of a watch. I love it. I think it looks amazing. It's such a clean look. The screen is beautiful. I love the flashlight. Again, I'm probably gonna get lambasted for this, but I love the flashlight. I think that is such a cool feature, such a nice addition. The GPS is just spot on, especially if you're using the Amazfit app and you're tracking your workouts or you're tracking your hikes and things like that. It's huge. And if you want to keep your phone in your pocket or in your backpack or at home because you're going on a run, you need that GPS, you're good to go with better route navigation, offline maps, better GPS, so being more exact. It's a win across the board. So ultimately, guys, if you're in the market for a new smartwatch, you're looking for something out there, you're considering getting an Amazfit, the T-Rex 3 Pro is an absolute killer, hands down. But guys, as usual, I hope this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one.